so I am half asleep, but don't worry. I'm still going to make sure we have a great show today. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe, follow, or like us on all your digital platforms, whether Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, all your digital platforms where you get your podcast. Don't forget to find us and follow us. It is Revolt Media. Like, share, comments, all of the good things, okay? Share with your grandfather, your entire generation, and we will appreciate that. Of course, we're going to have a great show, but before that, let us say thank you to our sponsors. Today's video is proudly sponsored by Believers Attire. Believers Attire is a Christian-themed t-shirt which aims to start conversations and to motivate and affirm our trust in God. Believers Attire, if you want one of it, they have so many amazing shirts. Excuse me. They have so many amazing shirts. They have Fear Ends Where Faith Begins, Always Say a Prayer, God is My President, and so many amazing ones. If you want one of the shirts, don't forget to reach out to 220-465-0822. RG Kids Portrait. They specialize in maternity, kids, and baby shoots. It comes with decor. So for all my new mothers out there and my mothers to be, don't forget to reach out to RG Kids and they will capture all your beautiful moments. They actually have the Christmas special coming up. So don't forget to find them on Instagram. It's RG_kids_portrait. Or you can reach out to them on 614-254-2151. They have the Christmas mini sessions coming up. So reach out to them now so that you don't miss it, okay? Inkwall Printing for all your volume copies, business cards, envelopes, brochures, flyers, promo items, carbonless forms, booklets, invitations, rubber stamps, photos, and many, many more. And all your printing needs, reach out to Inkwall Printing. They are located on 1900 East Dublin Granville Road. Or you can give them a call on 614-888-2201. They provide service for all over. If it doesn't matter whether you're in Columbus, Maryland, Alaska, even if you're in Ghana, okay, they provide services all over. They ship worldwide as well. So don't forget to reach out to Inkwall. Their number again is 614-888-2201. Now with that said, let's get the show started. Of course, I'm here with the one and only, the God himself. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Jasmine?
I am good. It's Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I wish it could be my Friday, too, but here I am.
It's boss moves, okay?
How can
I gotta throw shade.
How can I be like you?
Ooh, don't worry, pray. Prayer is the key.
Prayer is the key to be like you.
Prayer is the key. You know how whenever they're successful, they're like, prayer is the key. I prayed. So, guys, I prayed. Just like, but yeah, how's your day going?
Not bad. Not bad. We are here.
That's good.
Yeah, episode
22. I remember, guys. I put in work.
Little by little, we are going.
Wow, 22. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who
Episode 22. Yep.
We've done good.
We have.
So what are we doing today? Who are we fighting?
Abuse in relationships. Why do women endure? Why do people endure abuse? Let's say people. Why do people endure abuse in relationship?
Personally, I feel like people endure abuse in relationships because it's a self-esteem issue.
Okay.
I can't speak on everybody, but I can speak on the little that I know. I feel like it's a self-esteem issue because sometimes most people are in relationships that they have been condemned to the lowest point, and they feel like if I leave this relationship, who will want me? You get what I'm saying? So many people are in relationships that they want to leave, but they can't because they feel like I have invested, let's say, 3 years. I've invested 10 years. So they consistently stay in that relationship.
Right.
And it's hard for them to leave because they're so used to the person. And most people in relationships, it's like, let's say the first beating happens, the person will come and apologize. Then they'll let it go and they'll consistently, they feel like, oh, he would change, or she would change. Hold on, let's not even leave it to just the men or women only being abused. Men are also being abused in relationships.
Oh, men are abused the most.
But they don't say anything because a man got to be.
What can we say?
But please, y'all can say something.
What can we say?
Well.
Like, go out and tell everybody that my wife beat me every day? You really want me to go out and say that?
I personally say protect yourself.
That my wife beat me every day?
You will continue to endure. One day you will not endure anymore. You'll be dead. Rest in peace.
That's what we were born for.
You take that over coming out and speaking?
Sis, that's what we were born for. Like, who is even going to listen to?
I
know
will.
how many men have been abused, like sexually? Men.
You know when they used to say, I used to laugh. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
like,
I'm telling you, it's even funny when
I
a
thought
man
it was
says
funny
that.
when they used to say, "Oh, my wife beat me." I was like, "Dang!"
Yeah.
When Terry Crews first came out and said it, but then later when I saw the hurt behind what he was saying, and I understood that men are actually suffering, but because of masculinity, if I'm saying the word right,
masculinity, yeah.
so they're not able to come out, but men are suffering no more, bro.
I think. Okay, you finish what you were saying, and we can get in all that.
But yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, so I think abuse happened. I know it is true self-esteem issue. So let's dig more into the self-esteem issue.
Okay.
How does your self-esteem affect you? How does it make you stay in a relationship, an abusive relationship?
Oh, it can.
How?
In so many ways. Okay, most people feel like they are okay, how do I put this? If you do not, it all boils down to also knowing yourself.
Right.
If you do not know yourself, you allow everybody to navigate your path. You get what I'm saying?
I got it.
Like me right now, I know myself. Nobody, I would say, of course, as you grow, you get to find out different parts. But now I can honestly, confidently say, I know who I am and I know what I desire in life and what I desire in a partner. Right? So nobody can come and just force me into anything. Most people do not know what they desire in themselves because they don't even know themselves yet.
Right.
They're just going with the flow. Oh, this guy likes me. He seems sweet. So let me just go with it.
Right.
We do, right, especially now, day and age, because the world is right now is a very lonely place.
Right.
So everybody is just falling for anything. I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine today, and I was telling him that if we follow loneliness, we'll end up in ditches that we're not ready to dig ourselves back out of.
Right.
Because the thing is, the world is a very lonely place now. And if you don't know who you are, right, just to fill that void, you're going to accept anybody and anything. Because you want to fill the void. Because he was asking me that, since I'm alone, maybe I should just accept a proposal from any of the guys that are trying. And I told them that if
somebody actually said that to you.
Oh yeah, we're having a conversation today about it. He was like, "Why don't you just accept the proposal?" He feels like I'm too picky.
Oh, okay.
That's what a lot of people around me feel like I am. And I told them that's not the case. I know where I'm going. I know my purpose.
Right.
So I'm not about to just follow pleasure and just fall for anything, right? And because I know myself, the reason why most women are enduring abuse in relationships, because I personally feel like they don't know themselves enough. I can't speak for them, but I can say because they don't know themselves enough, they've allowed somebody else to tell them what they deserve.
Right.
I know somebody personally who stayed in an abusive relationship for over a year and a half because she felt like without this,
how abusive?
Like if I say physically, emotionally, and mentally. Like it was bad, and she stayed because she felt like that was her safe space because the guy knew what she was dealing with at home, so the guy used that to play with her mind. So she felt like, okay, if I lose this guy too, now I'm stuck with all the craziness that is happening at home. So she stuck beside this guy. Like the guy forcefully had sex with her even when she wasn't
ready. Yeah.
The guy put her through a lot.
Can you say sleep with her?
Okay, slept with her because I'm like, wait, okay, sorry, daytime show. But no, the guy forcefully slept with her even when she didn't want to. But then she stayed because she felt like that was her safe space because that's what the guy consistently told her. But because she didn't know who she was, she fell for it. And I feel like so many women also end up like that. But then also, let me also be fair. Some women also end up like that because maybe that guy is their job security, like their financial security.
I was about to get there. Right.
Because no offense, but some women can't fend for themselves. Even if they can, they've allowed.
They just don't want to do it. Some women just don't want to do anything for themselves.
That's the thing.
They want to rely on.
So if somebody's paying your bills, paying your rent, paying your phone bill, paying your lights bill, paying all your bills, you will endure anything that they do to you.
Right.
That's the problem. That is why I feel like some women, personally, I feel like majority of the women is because the man is their financial blanket. So that's why they're there. And some is because of they don't know themselves. I can't speak for them, but I think that's the case.
I think it's also about what you want. You know, there are some women, you know, I say this all the time, that how we choose our partners. I say that all the time. There are some people that they know this person. They are above me. They are just above me. We are all humans, but there are some that are above some. Regardless of how you are, there's somebody that's above you. And sometimes when you want to be with somebody that you know is above you, you have to supplement with something else.
Yes. Compromise.
Yeah. So sometimes there's big compromise and it can come in the form of abuse.
What do you mean above you? Like, if you can explain.
Okay, so when I say
like
above
for a
you,
woman.
Okay, so let's say you're a young lady, young beautiful lady. You have a very high profile man in the society. High profile. You want to be with this man. And I think that's what most women, especially in the churches, do. They see the high profile man in the church. They all want to be with a guy. So when you want to be with a guy, you got to understand that your friend probably want to be with a guy too. That lady want to be with. So we have like 8 people that want to be with that guy. So what happened when a man is having multiple women at his disposal, he end up abusing some of them. You know what I'm saying? So what happened is, okay, let's say, sometimes when you come to them, you come to him, he doesn't even want you to be around him because maybe his other lady is coming. So how does he get you to go?
He gonna say
he just
whatever.
have to treat you
anyhow
so you can live. The way we choose, and I wish we can find a better way of choosing it. The way we choose is most of the problems that we face. Like sometimes we just look at somebody like, oh, I like this guy, I like this guy. You should be able to examine yourself. Like, can I deal with the competition that comes with this guy?
Yes.
Can I deal with the drama that comes with this guy? Vice versa. Can I deal with all this? Because if you cannot deal with it in the normal circumstances, will this guy want to be with me?
Yes.
In the normal circumstances, will this girl want to be with me? If you can answer that question, go for it. Because there's a lot of people, especially the guys that come to the U.S., they come to the U.S., all of a sudden, females that never liked them in Ghana
are feeling them because of destiny where they are now.
Love by location. So all of a sudden,
they're in love.
They're in love with you. They love you. They love you because of what
you have now.
You have now. Not because they love you. Not because if you don't have those things, they will be with you.
Yeah.
They just want to be with you because of what you have for the moment.
Yeah.
That's why they are with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So situations like that, that's how you need to sit there and say, okay. Nah. There are some guys, right? They go to Ghana. And then when they go to Ghana, they look at ladies that they try to talk to, and then the ladies didn't like them. Now they feel like they have upgraded themselves,
arrived.
And then they have to go to this lady.
Yeah.
And some of them go to the extent of marrying them. So you marry this lady, you will bring this lady here eventually.
And you start treating them anyhow.
When they come here, and you've put them at this. Now you both of you are in the same level. And so when she gets here, you say, in the normal circumstances, you know my level. So what you think is going to happen? He's going to leave you for another guy because they don't like you.
That's true.
So that is the abuse.
Because when you're in Ghana,
and sometimes
different.
when people are with you, they just have to give you a reason to be able to leave.
Yes.
They want to give you so they will start treat you like emotional abuse. Psychological abuse. They just have to do something so you can leave because they need a reason
to leave.
To leave. So they have to play that game with you so you can leave yourself, and then so it's all these things. Most of these things that happen is the way that we choose.
Today when I was preparing, right, I came across a video by Pastor Mike Todd, and he said something that caught my eye. He said, "You don't pick a partner based on pleasure.
Yeah.
You pick based on purpose."
Of course.
But most people don't even know their purpose.
That's
so then they can't pick. I think we did a show a couple of weeks ago where we said, get to know who you are.
You're right.
Most people now are just trying to, like somebody was telling me today to
most of us, not all of us, Most of us.
I'm not picky because of pleasure. I'm so sorry.
Most of us just make decisions because we just have to make them.
And we need to fill a void.
Yeah.
We need to fill a void. Like
I've
honestly.
always wanted a light-skinned woman. I've always wanted a light-skinned woman.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick a light-skinned woman. That's the main reason why.
You don't check values.
Don't check anything.
Yeah.
Have you even thought about it? Like that light-skinned woman also like you as a dark-skinned guy.
Mm-hmm.
If not even check it that way. Oh, so I'm picking this guy. Now you pick this guy. All of a sudden, this guy.
It doesn't match.
You know. So you go through the abuse. If you wanna, that's why. If somebody do not like you, do not force yourself.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be somebody there that they're gonna like you.
Yeah.
And it's not. There's always somebody there for you. You know. But when you force yourself, sometimes, especially from guys are always criticized for the way we treat women. You know, even though when you are right, when the women say their story, the women are always going to be believed.
Oh, yeah.
So you know what guys will end up doing? They will end up trying to keep it to themselves, acting like, but they will end up abusing you. I'm going to, you know, of course, right now, if I leave her, everybody's going to say this, that. They will keep you. Because he is not happy, you will never be happy.
Fact.
You know, when you are with somebody and the person is not happy, how are you going to be happy? You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So that's it.
And then the thing is, okay, when we are talking about abuse, there are different types of abuse.
Right.
It's not always physical. It can be
of course.
sexual. It can be emotional, mental. There are domestic abuse, which is physical.
Of course.
There are so many different types of abuse. Personally, I will also say, if you don't like a person, well, like you said, if a guy doesn't like, they'll compromise. Why compromise for something you don't want?
Sometimes society.
Hold on, explain that.
Sometimes society. So let's say my mother. There's this lady that my mother loves. The lady have treated my mother so well, and my mother is telling me I should marry this woman. Ooh. This is a good woman. She may be a good woman for my mom, but not for me.
You.
You know, but because my mom is saying it, you just love your mom so much that you don't want to disappoint your mom. A lot of guys
will do it.
I'm telling you, a lot of, especially guys. That's why you never see a woman. You never see a man talking to their sons about, you know, oh, pick this person. It's always the mother. Because the woman knows where to hit. That's going to get you. So they always go through that, and they use that against you. Oh, be with this girl. You know, this girl, she's so good. She that. When you marry her, you can do this, you can do that. And they lure you. And sometimes you do not want to disappoint your family. Even though you do not agree to you, like, you know, I'll try. Sometimes you think you can try, and you try, and it will not happen. Oh, wow. You know, and then you end up, sometimes you abuse people without you even knowing that.
Yeah.
You're abusing them. Yeah. So these are some of the things that happens.
Wow.
Yeah. These are some
That's
of the things
settling.
Yeah. These are some of the things that happen. It's like, so you are not happy. You know, when your wife dresses so beautiful, she thinks she's dressed so beautiful. She wants the husband to say,
yeah,
hey, you're so beautiful.
Look good.
And you look at her, you probably don't even see a female. Probably
see a
don't.
Monkey. You see a monkey.
You probably see, you know, and then
wow.
you're like, oh God, man.
So then that's also a problem on the men's side, respectfully.
Of course.
Even on the women, because
that's what I'm saying, society.
I have had a situation where an uncle and an auntie were trying to force, like, oh, this guy is a professor. The guy was a professor. He had money, right? Like, oh, he will take care of you. And then, thankfully, I know who I am and I know what I'll settle for. But then I realized that for both men and women, you're going to settle, but then it boils down to knowing yourself as well.
Right.
Because if your mom is telling you to marry a girl, as much as you love your mom doesn't mean you married the person. I'm so sorry. Because then you're going to torture another person's child just to...
You know how they make you feel like you should try or work out.
Oh, yeah, Manti did that.
Love grows.
Oh, yeah.
You can grow there. So there's a lot of people that you meet and you don't like them, and then when you
as
get
time
closer
goes
to them, you know, they'll give you this lyrics.
You've been in conversations with me and my aunt.
Man, I'm telling you, they will tell you that, oh, you know, even me and your father, I didn't like him, you know, and then we get together, and then little by now, look at us, 30-something years, we are together, we are happy.
Wow.
Sometimes it's not only about, love, it's about the substance.
We share the same auntie.
Just look at the substance.
Wow.
They put all these things in your mind. And you, in your mind, you think your mom loves you,
Then
your
you
dad
feel
loves you.
bad.
They will never give you something that's,
Yeah.
so you end up taking it. You're like, okay, let's see if it'll happen. Let's see if it'll happen, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Wrong idea.
Yeah.
We share the same family member. The emotional manipulation is real. Have you met the family member that cries?
Yeah,
I had one that
I've not
cried.
had any.
My
none
auntie
that-
cried. You end up alone if you don't just marry him. Jasmine, a woman is supposed to be loved. He will love you. He loves you. Just respect him. I'm like, auntie, are you okay? She literally cried. At first, they were like, oh, are you gay?
Oh, Lord.
And then she started crying. She was like, I don't want to end up alone in this. And I'm like, wow. I could have fallen for it. Because later, right? Let me tell you what happened.
What?
I started saying that. I was like, well, maybe I should consider. He's
Yeah.
a professor. He has money.
Yeah.
Right? But then that's not a good thing, because then if I end up in that situation, then I feel like the parents also need to be advised. Because let's say if your child, your daughter or your son ends up in that situation, who are you going to blame? The mother?
I'm telling you, a lot of our problems are our parents.
Not mine.
A lot of them. You see, there are some people you just trust. Like when your mother give you food, will you even doubt it? That?
Oh no, I'm eating. Okay.
They don't have any reason to harm you. You understand? So sometimes you start like, maybe.
My mom is right.
No, most of the time you think your parents are right, because they are supposed to be your protector. So they're supposed to find a better one for you. They're
That's
supposed
true.
to, do all the backgrounds for you.
That's
so
true.
if they are the ones recommending, if your mom is recommending, it's easy.
That one there is true, because you feel like they've
It's
done their
easy for you to
paperwork.
accept it. Mm-hmm. So easy. Like if my mom comes to me and say, hey, I think you shouldn't marry this woman. I think you should marry this one. Mm-hmm. And they say, oh, see how this person does. I say, you stuck. You easily fall for it because it's from your parents. You love them. They love you. And most of the time, they don't mean harm. Mm-hmm. They just don't know the personality differences.
Love language.
So it's like that. So imagine.
So somebody just texted me, and they were like, most people stay in their relationship as well because of the time that they have spent. Wow. He's a psychologist, and he said most people, because let's say you've dated a person for 3 years, 2 years, leaving is hard.
Even 2 years is 5 years.
It's hard. Because most people feel like I have invested time. I've invested, let's say, money.
And especially on the part of the women, right? So let's say this guy came. I don't like you. I'm with somebody. This guy came. We're like, I'm with somebody. That guy came. I'm with somebody. So all of a sudden, if that doesn't work, you feel like there's a part of you that want you to prove these people wrong.
Yeah.
There's that part that want you to prove these people wrong. So
you don't want to be a mock, because society will get you.
Yeah.
Society will get you. And because yesterday he said something, so he just said, it was like funny. He posted something. I feel like a lot of people want to leave, but I want you to hear this analogy real quick. And he says, you set off for work. You drive for 15 minutes. Your job is 20 minutes away. And then you realize that you have been driving the wrong direction. So you decide, I've already driven 15 minutes. Now it will take 35 minutes for me to get to work. So I will just keep going to see where life takes me. Did you get it? So it's like you drive to work, it's 15 minutes, but you're driving the wrong direction. But instead of you turning around and breaking off the relationship, you decide, let me keep going. Because wherever it takes me, it takes me. That is what most people are doing with their relationships. Yeah. And that is why they're being abused in there. Because of time. Yeah.
And this is reality, This is something that young women are going through. Like young women are really going, especially those that have married them and traveled.
Oh.
Look at that one.
Yes.
It's not like they were just living apart. They are together. and then boom, something one have to travel. You know, then they travel.
That's it.
You are living 3,000, 4,000 miles away from your wife. So think about it.
Did you watch the interview of the lady that was on Delay that said she married the man? I think it was 15 years or 20 something years before she saw the guy again. Yeah. And women are faithful like that.
Oh yeah. Wasted her time, all her time. Mama Kali.
That's her name. Okay, women are faithful like that they will stay because of time invested.
Right.
Oh, but the one I hate is I have children with them, so I have to stay.
So
that was her situation.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of women that I actually think it used to be a good system that they have. Mm-hmm. So back in the day when you get married, you know, our forefathers do understand that parenting and broken homes brings a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. You know, so the parents look at it like, instead of my kids to suffer, I would rather sacrifice my life.
Okay.
That's how they used to look at it. So let's say when I leave this man, even though I don't like this habit of this man, but when I leave this man, he's going to have another woman. When this man have another woman, it's going to be hard for this woman to take care of my kids. Mm-hmm. You know, it's going to be hard for this man to take care of the kids. Okay, I'll sacrifice my life. I'm going to endure that pain so my kids can have a good life. I had a friend, you know, that was also enduring for the kids. And one day, one of her kids said, I don't even know why you are with this man. He said that day that the child said that was the day he divorced the wife. I mean, that was the day she divorced the husband.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in her mind, that was the day. Because everything that she was doing for these kids. And now they see it to the point that they don't need.
Here?
Yeah. So she said that was where she knew that she has to make that decision.
But you know the funny thing, the very sad thing when parents say, I stayed because of my kids. Because one of the things that a lot of parents do not realize, and I know a few people that it has happened to, one of the things that a lot of parents do not realize that it affects the children. It affects the kids. You may think you being abused, because sometimes maybe you're not being abused in front of the kids. Maybe the abuse happens behind closed doors. But these walls are thin, especially here in America. If you start screaming, we can hear it next door, right? But so many people I know have gone through this. So then even it comes to a point that when they're in relationships, low things pisses them off. Because a lot of times parents feel like they're doing it for their kids, but they're doing more harm to their kids than they're doing good.
Right.
You know, you are telling, because then especially having a female child, what the female child is seeing is that it is okay to be beaten. Right. It is okay for a man to speak to me any type of way. Yeah. But then that's not the situation. It's just that you have the wrong person. You chose the wrong husband. That is the reason why you're going through these things. Yeah. A lot of times parents feel like what they do affects their children in so many ways. I'll use this example. My dad was here about a week ago, right? And I was talking to one of my sisters, and I was telling my sisters, this past week, I have learned more of how a man is supposed to treat a woman than I have learned in my entire life. Right. And then she was like, but you had I'm like, listen, I have great brothers. I had great representation of parents. But having my father in the same space with me, it taught me so much on what I desire and deserve in life. And the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of times our parents, our actions teach our kids what they desire and what they should get in life.
Right.
You're
a product of your environment.
Yes, because have you paid attention? It becomes a repetition. My mother was abused. I saw it. I think it's okay. So guess what? When I go into a relationship and it happens to me, it's okay. And even sometimes
it becomes a norm.
When you go back to those parents and even tell them, they'll tell you, just endure. It will end, or they will change. Keep praying. One of the things I hate is the keep praying statement. I get it. Listen, prayer works. But one advice how parents consistently give that it battles. I was watching a movie on Friday with my sister, and she was enduring the abuse, and the pastor kept saying, "Keep praying." It was like a church.
Oh, it was a movie?
Yeah, and he said, "Keep praying," but it's reality. Most people are being abused. When you go back to your mother, they'll be like, "Oh, you're not praying hard enough. Keep praying." So guess what? Your daughter will endure it. Your daughter has a daughter. She endures it. She goes to her mother. Keep praying. So then it's like a repetition of a cycle of people being abused, all in the name of keep praying. But because one person in the family, one mother could not get up and say, enough is enough. It becomes repetitive. So then and then the boys as well are seeing their
fathers do that.
So then guess what? They also do because they feel like it is okay. And because they watch their mother endure, they expect
their woman to endure, yeah.
It's just sad for me.
Because that's how it is.
It's just
sad. And you know, anytime that we have conversations about life like this, I always go back to parenting. You know, it's key. It's basically key.
What makes you okay? Why do you say that? Okay,
so let's say if you have a woman that will not accept that, one of your daughter will not accept that. If you have a man that knows I'm not supposed to lay my hands on the woman, it means your son will not do that. It's just simple as that.
Okay.
So it's a parenting thing. You also not putting your kids in an environment that they will see that kind of lifestyle.
Okay.
It's a parenting decision.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, please.
There has been situations that I know a person who was in a relationship that she was being abused, right? But she never saw her parents abuse each other. In this case, will you also blame parenting?
No. I wouldn't blame the parent. Some can be a learned behavior from friends, what I'm just saying is parenting is key. Whatever that you get exposed to.
Yeah.
So how the kid that like to go grab guns and all that, they are raised around guns.
Yeah.
If you are like me that have not even seen a gun before in my life.
You haven't?
Maybe from the one from the cops.
Oh, wow. I'm so proud. You've never been to a shooting range before?
No, I've not.
Oh, I'm going to take you for your birthday. I got you.
I've not. My wife has always wanted us to go. I think we should.
We should all go.
Yeah. How? I don't
You will not
care.
get up and go.
Like, I will get money. I'm thinking I'm going to get a gun. I don't know what will drive me to make me think I want to get a gun. Because I wasn't raised around that culture.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why I keep saying most of the things that we experience is parenting, because when you're put in that culture, that's how
it is okay.
Yeah, you're a product of your environment. As you know how there are so many people that say, if I had get opportunity to go to this school, I would have done way better.
Yeah.
But this is the school that my parents put me in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically that's what it is. If your mother is accepting the slaps and doesn't see anything,
you feel like it's okay.
You will feel like it is okay.
Honestly, yeah.
You will feel like it is okay.
Yeah.
And then when your father is slapping your mom,
you also feel like it's okay. Can
do it because that's what you
grow
see.
Yeah.
So it's basically how we are raised, the things that we see around us sometimes can be learned from us, but most of the time, charity begins at home. It's just like that.
I personally feel like it is true, because I feel like if our parents, I won't always put, like I always say, I don't want to always put everything on our parents, but I feel like if the parents also position their kids correctly, we'll be able to have confidence in ourselves.
Right.
We'll be able to have. A friend of mine was telling me, I've always been a very confident person. One thing I've had my moments of, insecurities.
Of course.
But a friend was telling me this week, they were like, since your dad came and left, you're like a different person, right? And I sat down, I was like, because when he came, he consistently affirmed who I was, or consistently affirmed in me that, like, things that I didn't feel like I was, he affirmed in me that I was, if that makes sense, right? So I'm using that example because I feel like if parents consistently affirm in their kids that, listen, you are this, you are that, I feel like then no man or no woman can come into the picture and make you feel otherwise.
Right.
Because as much as our friend, one thing I've also realized is if, let's say, your mom or your dad consistently tells you that you are smart, you are amazing, it doesn't matter what a friend tells you outside.
Yeah, you're smart, you're amazing.
In your head, you're like, you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Because
you already know.
Yeah, because I think I did it to you said your wife last week. She was saying something. I was like, I don't care. My dad said I'm that. And I called myself. I was like, oh, stop it. But then it doesn't matter what anybody says.
Right.
You know who you are.
Right.
And I agree with the fact that you're saying that it stems from parents. But then at the same time, we cannot also consistently give the excuse that because my parents did not,
Right.
it's like me being this age.
Right.
I can't use
Right,
my
right.
mother.
I agree with that.
Because they are slapping me. If you don't have sense to leave.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100.
And people get crippled in relationship, mentally crippled. They know they deserve better. They know that they want better. They know they've been raised better, but they feel stuck.
How did that happen?
How do I explain it? It's like I want to leave, but I can't.
Why?
I feel like I don't know how to put it. Somebody texted to me. That's why I use that example. They're like, people feel crippled. It's like you're stuck at a job. You know you deserve a better job, but you feel like I can't leave.
So what's the fear? What's the fear? What will make somebody not leave?
The fear is unknown. They don't know themselves. So it could be like you use the example of many people have asked them out. They rejected. The fear is, okay, what if I leave and I'm mocked?
You see, so
what if I leave and nobody wants me? I have a friend, a close friend. She was stuck in a relationship for 4 years, 5 years. She knew she deserved better. She always said it to me. And I always told her, Charlie, this is not for you. The guy would cheat. The guy would come abuse her emotionally, everything. But she stayed. She said, I feel like I can't move. And she was like, so many good men came, but I chose him. What if I leave and nobody wants me?
How would she have even known that these guys will be good men?
I
just feel like life.
Sometimes, Kumasi,
you just know.
You just know. I was having that conversation today. Sometimes, right, you may not know maybe deep, like what happened, but you just know. You know when a woman is in a relationship and she's being treated right, you see it on her. Imagine
when they're happy, when people are happy.
So imagine you see let's say the guy that wanted you, he's a good man. You see his wife now and she's shining. You can feel it that this man was a good man. So she was stuck there. She was like, all these great men came. I didn't give them a chance. What if I leave and I'm left alone? Even recent, mind you, at this point, she's left the relationship for like 6 years, 6, 7, more than that. But now she's afraid to even give anybody the chance because she feels like, what if they don't want me?
Me, I look at it like life is war. This life is war. It's very cutthroat, and we just have to be pragmatic in everything that we do. Life goes on, regardless of what happened, regardless of your past, And I think we dwell on our past, Oh, because of this, because of that. You got to move on. You really got to move on. Because when you look at this, being done to you, I feel like once again I have to go back to how we pick a kid. When you feel like things are being done, there are so many things that we can. Life is risk. It's risk. It's not even just in relationship, even in business.
Life, everything.
Because if you don't make that risk, you may not know what you can pull out. Just give it to God and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Shirt, right?
Yeah, just give it to God and go to sleep. Because if you don't do that, you'll be thinking about things that you are not supposed to think about. You'll be just give it to God and go to sleep.
But that's easier said than done. No.
It is, but we have to force ourselves.
It's hard.
We have to force ourselves. Isn't it hard when you go to work?
Yeah.
And you're working so hard, and there are people that are not. Look at this from this point of view. There's always one person that don't do nothing at work.
They get all the accolades.
And they get everything. Oh, you know those ones are.
Hey, there's one at my job right now. She comes in and out when she feels like it, and then she gets. Oh, I'm like but then guess who? The hardworking ones, we get more work.
Yeah. So
Yo.
There was this lady that told me, so you know what? When you go to work, do the minimum. She told me when you go to work, do the minimum. And then the day that you step up, everybody will be clapping for you. She said she go to work and she just do the minimum.
I'll take that strategy here.
She said, you can't do it. She just go to work and she just do the minimum. And then what? She's always late. It's like, the work start out, let's say,
9
o'clock. He be clocking at 9:02. She's that type. She's always late. And then one time she comes at 8:45 and everybody's so happy.
Are you okay?
Yeah, everybody's so happy. She said, I do that on purpose. Sometimes I get to the parking lot, I just sit in my car. I don't want anybody to expect anything from me. That's what she says. And the moment she try to do something to help anybody, she get all the accolades.
I'm gonna try.
That's how it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a smart strategy there.
I think it's stupid.
I'm gonna start that on Monday.
Because the people.
No, you don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense. Because the people that will elevate your life, they look beyond those things.
Yes.
They see the hard work. So there was this guy that wanted to hire a rich guy, very rich guy. I don't know if you heard about Carnegie. The guy that did the Pennsylvania Steel.
I think I know who the name is. The name sounds familiar.
He's one of the American heroes.
Yeah, I think the name sounds familiar.
So he was interviewing a guy for his firm. No, he was actually going on retirement. He wanted to give the company to somebody to run. And he was torn between 3 people. So he decided that these guys know him, so he didn't want to interview them himself. So he sent them away to a friend. So he was like, "Oh, go to my friend and go to this." So let's say it's like me telling you to, just go to this guy, drop something to him. So when you went there, the guy kind of stopped. He was like, "Hey, so what do you do? What do you do over there? Tell me about your job." Because interviewing them, these guys didn't even know.
They were being
interviewed. They were being interviewed for the bigger position that they didn't know. There was this guy that have been there for 20 years. There's one that have been there for like 15. There's this new guy that have been there for like 2 years. This third guy said, the first guy that have been there for like 20 years, he went there. You know what he said? He said, we've done this thing for a long time. They don't pay us good, but what can we do? We go there, we do what we can, and then we leave. That's what we can do. And he said, do you see any future at that place? At this point, I just go in there and do what I'm supposed to do, and I leave.
Wow.
And the guy was like, okay. The second guy came in, basically the same thing.
It was the same.
And the young guy came in. They actually said, I see future with this company. I just feel like if they can align things right, get the right people to take care of certain things will be way better. And the guy kept asking him, like, so what are some of the things that you think has to be changed? And he keeps suggesting, like, this system that we have, if we change it, push it to this side. So this is somebody that really cares. I feel like this place have a lot of potentials. Even though we are making money, we could still make more money than we are. That's good. That's good. I think the guy, I think you should start your own business. Something like that. You got. Yeah, I'm working hard. I want to get into management, so I'm working so hard to be able to. They got a guy. The next day, boss called both 3 of them, and then says, the younger guy is gonna take over from me. And this guy's, I've been here for over 20-something years. Say, you know what? When y'all went to my friend, y'all were interviewed.
It was I like that type of interview.
It was not raw.
You see the honest.
I mean, it was raw. It was not scripted. Nobody came in on the edge, dressed up, and you know what I'm saying? Nobody did that.
I like that.
They just came in and
did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is how the guy interviewed them. And they gave it to the younger guy. And his first recognition is this guy is naive on certain things. How he thinks things have to change. He doesn't understand the bigger scope of the company structure. By the determination that he has, he can make anything happen.
Of course.
So I think if you are in a situation, you just have to find a way that life is war. You got to move and move and move and move. You cannot just stand there and be eaten by the wolf.
You can't. But okay, so what if a person has been, let's say, has been in one relationship through abuse, next relationship, another abuse? Don't you feel like, or let's say they've been to 1, 2, 3 relationships, they've been abused. Don't you feel like people get, I don't want to use the word comfortable, but get used to the situation?
At this point, it's not even about a wrong choice problem.
You are attracting it to your life.
It's like the lady that called on radio, and they say that men are douche and men are this and men are that, and they ask him, so why you say that? He married one guy, the guy went to jail. You married the other one is a woman beater. So, what you want me to tell you?
You are the problem.
You are the one picking these guys.
You are the problem.
You are the one picking these guys, and then you turn around and say these guys are like this, these guys are like that. So most of the time, it's you too.
Okay. I know we can say we pick the guys, which I agree to it.
Right.
But what if you do not know what to pick? How do you pick right? Let me explain.
Okay.
Okay, I was telling my sister, and I was telling her, like, right now, how I'm seeing the man I want is different. I've always had, I always knew what I wanted, right? But now it's like it's been highlighted a little different for me, right? So now it's like I know what I deserve. Right. I see how my brothers treat me. I see how my father treated me. I see how people around me treat me. So now it's being highlighted different. But what if you are in a situation where you might know yourself. You might know I'm a good person. I'm this. But because you don't know how you deserve to be treated, you just pick anything because you just honestly don't know. In a situation like that, what would you do? Because I don't know. Because most women now.
But why would you want to do something you have no idea what that thing is?
Okay. Let's say I grew up with a single mother.
Why would you want to get into business if you have no idea how business works? Why would you want to start your own business if you have no idea how business works?
You might understand that relationship works like that. I want a man that will love. Because most women, the church is telling us, a woman is supposed to respect the man, and a man will love the woman as Christ loved the church. But most of the time, it is not explained how Christ loved the church. It is just given on a surface level. It takes a very intellectual person to say, what do you mean when I say respect? Because respect is defined. So many women define respect differently. Recent was when I sat there, I was like, I want to know what they mean when they say, I want to know. I was having a conversation. I was like, what do they mean when they say a woman has to respect a man? Because my definition of respecting a man is making sure he's fed, making sure he has clean clothes. And that might be my definition. But there might be more to that. Right? But most of the time, we are just told the surface level. So maybe this woman comes from a single parent household. Let's say America. America doesn't take a village. Ghana will say it takes a village. The whole community is practically raising you. Right? But America...
I wish we have Dr. Jima on this show, man.
Why?
The question that you asked, he's a better person to answer that question.
Oh, really? We should bring him on here.
Where he at?
He's my question mark best friend now. But yeah, we should bring him on here. That's a conversation we'll have later.
Yeah, but I wish he was around so he can...
Because if I don't know, I'm going to church. The church is telling me, respect the man as Christ, respect the man, and the man will love you. Maybe I don't know even the definition of love. I don't, like I said on this show, I'm now even accepting love. I said on this show earlier, me, myself, Jasmine, I'm now accepting love because I was afraid to be loved, right? So somebody what if they don't even know what love is? They've never experienced, and we might think it's, so many women have never experienced what love is. They've never even experienced a man loving them without expecting anything. You get what I'm saying? Most women, any man, I think this guy posted it on Facebook. He said, why is it that lately, when a man compliments a woman, they automatically feel like the man, wants them?
Of course.
Because most of these women have not even experienced, me right now, I've experienced my brothers complimenting me. So it's like, if a man compliments me, I know for sure it's not because they want me.
Right.
There are different actions to lead to that. So many women, especially here in America, they've grown up in one household. Maybe uncles and aunties are not even around. It's just me, my mother, and all I know is my mother's love. All I know is that. So they've not experienced an actual love situation. So then they feel like everything is okay. I go to church, they're telling me a woman is supposed to respect, a man is supposed to love. If I do not know what the definition of love is, I'm going to accept anything, because any man can come and be like, I love you. And in my head, the preacher said, women respect the man, and man must love a woman as Christ loved the church. If I don't know the definition of love, how am I supposed to accept that? So you consistently accept the same thing. We might say, oh, I'm attracting it. But if I don't know it, I know I'm supposed to be loved and I want to be in a relationship. But if I actually don't know the depth of it, how do I, know what I desire? How do I accept what I desire? Because I'm just going based on the surface. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. At this point.
Because it's easy for us to say, oh, you're picking wrong. But if I don't know, it's not intentional.
But okay, let's put it this way. Is it possible that when you make one mistake, you don't repeat it again?
It is.
You didn't know. So let us say you didn't know, but you made a mistake. Can't you sit down as a person and say, oh, this move that I made brought about this results?
What if I don't know it's a mistake?
Like how?
Okay.
Like you are being beaten by somebody.
But I think it's okay.
No. When you feel this shouldn't happen to you, there's no problem if you don't see it to be a problem. Then there's no problem. But if, let's say, I'm hitting you every day, and then you deserve better. Why don't you know this is a mistake? Why don't you sit down and think like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not going to do this again.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, but then I'm also going to bring you back.
Okay.
You're hitting me. I know I deserve, but what if I don't even know that I deserve better? There are situations like that.
No, what I'm trying to say is, somebody's doing you wrong. You know what is being done. There's difference between you not knowing. If you are not knowing, then it's not a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say if something hits you and you don't feel the pain, I don't see it to be a problem. But when somebody's creating a pain in your life, that you know that somebody's creating a pain in my life, I cannot handle this. I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Don't you just sit down and say, oh, I think I should.
Okay.
I should change the way I do things.
Okay. If somebody's doing, I understand where you're coming from, right? What if you feel the pain? I also want to take you back to what I said.
Got it.
That maybe they know the surface of love. What if they're basing, what if they know deep down, I think this is not right. But then, there are men that will beat you then tell you, I love you.
Right.
Right? So what if, I want us to go back to what I said. What if they're beating you? Then they come, that, this is wrong. Right? I think I deserve better. And I want to use the think because you still don't know.
Right.
I think I deserve better. I think this is not right. But then they said, man must love a woman as Christ.
Guess who came in today?
Who did?
Marcus Boateng.
Hi, Marcus. Yeah, he said, Queen. Leave me and my accent alone, Marcus. Leave me and my accent alone, okay? I love you. But no, what if you know that it's wrong? But the church is telling me, as Christ loved the church, right? He beats me, but he tells me he loves me. Maybe to me, verbally. Like me, I'll use myself.
Right.
Because you tell me you love me does not mean I believe that you love me.
Right.
And I don't care how I grow on it, I'm still going beyond that. For me, I prefer a person showing me that they love me than telling me. Because you can tell me you love me but still maltreat me. You can tell me that you love me but not treat me right. But some people, just that a person, and this is not like even women today. There was a woman I had to deal with recently that she felt like the moment a man verbally said, I love you, that's it. No actions need to follow. And there are women today that feel that. So what if she knows that what is happening is wrong?
Right.
But he keeps saying, I love you after. So maybe this man loves me as Christ loved the church. And I use church because some of the abuse starts from what the pastors are preaching on the pulpit. I was having a conversation with my sister, and I was telling her that my older sister, Cynthia, and we're talking about a lot of times it's not the person, it's the location.
Okay.
The churches are preaching. I'm not saying all churches, please do not get me wrong. But sometimes most of these pastors are preaching to satisfy their own desire. Okay. So the pastor knows womanizing is wrong. Or I'm going to use fornication. That's the one I've heard recently. But because they are doing it, in order to cover up their tracks, they're going to come up with a scripture to cover up fornication and make it look like fornication is okay. Just so most of the time, most women are in churches and consistently, amen, they're taking in what the pastor is saying without them sitting down and doing their own analysis of the preaching.
Right.
My grandfather used to tell me something when I was younger, and he said, when you go to church and you hear preaching, you write notes down. You come home and you open the Bible for yourself. When you open it for yourself, sometimes the Bible is teaching something else than what the preaching is telling you. That's what I'm very keen to who I listen to. So all I am saying is sometimes the location is a problem. They might be in the church. They know what is happening is wrong.
Right.
But what they are being taught in the church is what they're going with.
Right.
In this case, what are you going to do?
I was watching a video on Facebook today, and there was this guy. I need to say this in Trinity. There was this guy. I think he was just giving advice, and he said he made a statement. He said. Kofi, the guy was Kofi. He said, Kofi, you never Debbie bedroom or you never catch us or you're kwasia. Like your wife will tell you you're stupid or you're foolish or something like that. Yeah, and no credit too. Because we are kwasia gay, we women to have more time. And me tell her, so Baba Ware, I saw what Busia food, I do Wabba to her.
Oh,
And did you two name me on the co anymore?
wait, was that at a wedding?
The wedding. So basically, the traditional marriage. Then he said that. He said, because the moment that Obama cast away Kwasiano, you're looking at it, men, I would say Kwasiano. Now you have said it back to yourself. He said,
oh.
So let's say, well, also me Kwasiano. 2 times. The woman said it.
One time we've said it.
You probably call your father-in-law.
I said,
that. Who do I say? They say, why can't you say, what's me Kwasiano? 3 times.
You said
it to yourself. And then the father will say, Dada, on your kwasia, if you know, when you did to class, I want to be so kwasia, also can 2 and 3. There you go to probably your mother-in-law, and your mother-in-law will say the same thing.
And this is where everybody has called you kwasia.
And then at this point, everybody have called you kwasia.
But you've not caught it.
We've not caught it.
Not caught it.
On your kwasia, can no talk. Or bad than I will take out.
No, take out. So be
You can't say kwasia, I just saw when you move on. It's funny when I was listening. When I was listening to the video, it was funny. It was funny, but as I thought about it, I'm like,
they speak in facts.
But don't you think the woman will feel like it's okay to say that?
Yeah,
and the man should accept
I would.
That's the same.
I feel like
thing.
it's my dad saying it's okay.
Yeah, that is the same thing. Just show her a trust.
It all goes back to parenting.
It's the same thing. To say oh papa, ukurabo. Then you go tell your father that your father will be like, you know, say it's our Saturday. And you know, that could be who could be all frustrated.
And then okay. That's the one I hate.
You know, fashion or actually will be and never be about somebody's gonna come into your marriage, and because you're telling people it's gonna disgrace you and it's gonna destroy your marriage. So just push it aside and move on. You know. Don't you think when that happened, now the guy is gonna feel like, oh, even her father, he said I could do it.
But you know, it's common.
It is.
When women get abused in their marriages and they go to their mothers and tell them, their mothers will be like, oh, it's marriage. Like you just said, the father's situation, but flip it. It's mostly mothers that will be like that. Go and go pray, like we said in the beginning. So if your mother is telling you go and go pray, and I come back home, the man will also feel like it's okay. You know, I know we're saying in favor of the women, but it's also vice versa. You know, if a man is being abused and they come and tell me, I'm laughing. I'm so sorry. I'll laugh. I'll laugh.
Yeah, oh man,
when I finish laughing.
But you know how they abuse men though. So it's not physical, it's emotional. It's emotional.
Please, some men are being beaten physically.
You know, most of the time it's because the men don't want to do anything about it. They don't want to hate a woman. So
what are you going to do to a man who is being abused? Leave?
What do you mean?
If a man is being abused, what is he going to do?
Probably leave. The worst part of it is that, what's your reason for leaving?
She's beating me.
My wife is beating me too much, so I'm leaving. Most of the time, what they do is not actually men are physically abused more than women.
Men are being,
I read it somewhere. I think when I was in school.
Oh wow, me I read it.
I read it when I was in school. I have forgotten the stats, the exact stats. But men are actually abused physically. Just that women don't do damage to men like men do.
Yeah.
You know, because we have strength.
Hey, but there's some women that do damage.
Yeah, but I mean, those are the I would say outliers.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't really happen like that. The general rule is men do damage. You know, like when kids. So let me tell you the difference between men and women, like boys and girls. When kids are, so let's say they are 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, they are the same size. Sometimes the girls are even taller than the guys.
Taller than them, yeah.
Right? When they hit adolescence, the guy pick.
And the woman.
And then the women kind of stay there, and then the guys get like 4 to 5 times upper body strength. You know? So at that point, if you play with them,
shoot,
it's gonna be
bloody.
It's gonna be. So
that means men get abused inward, but women, the mark is shown outside.
Yes.
So
the point is, when you hit a man, so let's say my wife hit me, right? I'll feel it, but I wouldn't feel it like that. You know, if I hit my wife, she's probably gonna pass out. Like if I say I'm gonna hit her, you know what I'm saying? She's probably gonna pass out. So you think about it. I weigh over 200 pounds. So when I'm swinging on you, like you know what I'm saying?
Losing teeth.
Yeah, you're gonna lose something. You know, but when she slaps me, she probably don't even know how to give a punch. She's just gonna slap me, like, you know. So women don't really do damages like men do, but actually, women abuse men more physically more than men do. So I was talking about the emotional. They know, like you are with your lady. She knows that you are the provider. She knows that you are the provider, and she knows that the moment that she start making you feel like you cannot provide, you lose your manhood. Women know that, and they do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They know, like, man is a provider. The man knows his job is to provide for the wife. You know, sometimes things might be tough, or sometimes when the women need something, they know the man don't have the finances for that.
Yeah.
They start acting like the man cannot take care of them. And then when you do that, it emotionally abuses the man.
Yeah.
Like, especially when the man is trying.
Yeah.
He's doing all he can. He will get everything. But you see some flashy thing, you see some luxury thing that you know this man cannot afford. Yeah. But you want that man to give you that, even though you know the man cannot afford. And because the man is not gonna be able to afford that, sometimes they don't even wanna, you know, be intimate with the man.
Yeah.
They don't wanna.
They use that a lot.
You abuse the man. You know. So there's a lot of abuse that, but we don't have anybody to complain to.
There was a video.
No support system.
No, because if any of my guy friends call me, I'll laugh first and then I'll worry about it.
It's even hard for you to take it serious.
Yeah,
like your friend, your guy friend calls you and say, my wife is cheating on me.
Oh, that one I'll be concerned.
I'm telling you, the first thing that can, what you mean by?
Really?
Most of the time, and that's why women do these days. when women cheat. Look at all these cheating videos that comes out. When women cheat and then the men, they are being confronted, the first thing that they say, oh,
2 minutes.
2
2 seconds.
2 minutes, man.
Somebody used it as a joke recently.
So you see how
Yeah.
they put it.
Yeah,
They
embarrassing
put it
you.
to make you be the problem.
Yeah.
Why they did that?
Yeah.
You see, so a lot of men were like, okay, you know what? Let me just sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who can I tell? Because if I go, I'm gonna embarrass myself by even saying it. And the women know that.
Oh yeah.
And they know that the moment they say that, because women naturally don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the moment that they say that, they will say, hey, any old man, no cry, I had you. So
What's not what you?
what's that? You see,
Yeah. I think this week a video came out on, I think I saw it on Coach Sheldon before I followed it on Threads. But a video came out with a lady asking her husband to buy her a wig. I don't know if you've seen that video. And because the husband couldn't buy it, she decided to pour water on the bed, their matrimonial bed. The bed that they sleep on. She decided it wasn't like just pour like a flood. And all her kids were there like saying, Mommy, stop. And so I didn't understand the video. I was like, so why would the man record it? So I went on Threads and I wanted to see, because I want to see the backstory. And it looked like the guy's brother came and commented that it's like every time he comes and he says what the woman is doing, they don't believe him. So he had to record it for proof. It was actually a child that actually posted it for people to see it. And it was like a consistent, it's like the moment she wants something, she doesn't work, but she's always asking for, huge stuff. The moment he doesn't do, it's like one abuse about another. Like different. She's breaking TV.
yeah,
She's breaking stuff.
Yeah.
And in this case, it looks like the man was even planning on buying it, but he didn't have the money at the moment, because apparently in Africa right now, kids are now going back to school. So guess what? School fees, if they in boarding school, feeding, all of that, it's on the man. And the guy commented in there, I was like, oh, so there's more to this man's action. The man was like, when I say it, they say I'm crazy. But there is more to it. And so many men are enduring that.
Yeah, because we just don't, that's why we die early. Because who are you going to tell, though? Who are you going to tell?
But I feel like that shouldn't be a reason. And as much as I'm laughing, please, let me clarify. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't speak out. Because I'll personally prefer that you speak out and let us laugh and then you live.
But my point of view, did you remember what happened to Funny Face?
Oh, yeah, he became a laughing stock.
The guy almost
gone
mad
because
of the public humiliation.
2 seconds. Was it 2 seconds?
2 minutes.
The woman
just, after cheating on him, called him 2 minutes. And then guess what? The next woman inherited the results of the action of the first woman.
But do they know that scientifically 2 minutes is the standard?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a clip. We did that show on my Relate. 2 minutes,
the
7.
Average. But you see, this is the situation that we are in. This is the situation that we are in, because you are not man enough, And if you are not man enough, how am I even gonna tell my friends that my wife needs something I can't provide, and therefore my wife is fighting me? It's just,
women need to be also understanding as well. Life is hard though. Like, I'm so sorry, because I've actually had this happen to a friend of mine. I think the girl wanted. Oh, this is a while ago. This is when Tory Burch purses first came out. Yeah,
and everybody wanted.
The guy had lost his job. And this is a while. I remember the guy had lost his job. The girl said that's what she wanted for her birthday. And he didn't have the money, so he resorted to borrowing. So when he came to borrow from me, he's not the type. It's like you coming to borrow from me. I'm going to look at you like, bruh, calm down. Like, the way I see you, like, that's how I saw him. I was looking at him like, why? And he was like, girl, she won't even let me touch her. If it, to the point, she doesn't even want me to see her of Tory Burch. I remember, so I even Googled, because I wanted to know what the Tory Burch, because me, I'm not the type that I don't care about it. So I Googled, I was like, over this bag, it looks like plastic. And he was like, that's what she wants. To the point, for almost 2-3 weeks, the girl would not even let him see her. because of Terry Birch. So he had to end up resolving. He borrowed from me. He borrowed from my older sister because he said, "I just want peace." Because now, the moment his friends,
But how you gonna pay for this piece?
the moment her friends see him, they start laughing. And I know the friends too, and I know they're very
We're
capable.
gonna laugh at you. We are men.
You know, they'll be like, "Oh,
we joke about your misery. That's who we are." Yeah.
I told Charlie, you can't afford it."
Yeah. How many women can say to I don't know, you are a woman, maybe you can tell me this. Do you think even when your partner is not handsome, your girlfriends can tell you that, oh, this guy there, somebody they know you are into? Probably gonna say it behind you.
They'll say it behind me.
They wouldn't say it in your face.
Yeah, they'll never. They'll always say that laugh behind. The moment you break up, then they'll tell you.
Men, we will tell you, hey, you need yourself frog. Yeah.
Wait, to your face?
Now I got your eye.
Hey, that's abuse. Y'all men abuse each other.
So that is
Wait, you mocked somebody's wife.
Oh yeah. Didn't you hear the story of the monkey woman?
Oh yeah, when the group chat was calling the wife monkey.
What was the guy gonna do? All your friends call your wife monkey.
Damn. That's me.
Yeah. That's how men are. So when men have problem, they just don't
said
even...
the crazy ones will tell you.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy. I'm telling you.
That's why everybody wants a beautiful wife.
Yeah, it's and you know, men is about status.
Yeah.
You know, so you just have to have something that you can hold on to. That's all it is.
Damn.
That's how we work so hard to break our back for them. And you know, so the abuse that men are going through, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Nah,
but society, like the fact that you can't even complain about it itself is abuse.
It's abuse, yeah.
The
It's
fact that
emotional.
you can't even say it. You can mention it.
But please, if a man you're being abused, just tell it's come
say
on.
it to who? That's why.
Look, it's better.
I want to know where we can go to. So
because
I can tell people
if you don't say it's not woo. You rather die.
I understand we have to say it. Who do we say it to?
Let your friends laugh, but tell them.
They don't care.
Me personally, I'll let my friend out tell me, right? I will laugh. Me right now, Kumasi, if you call me right now, you say, "Sir, what is beating you?" The first thing I'll do is I'll start laughing. I'll be like, "This thing crying." I'll laugh, but then after I'll be more concerned. I'll be like, "Yo, right. So what is?" I will be concerned. I think find a friend who is very
what
empathetic.
I'm saying is, you see how you are looking at it. You are talking from a woman's point of view. Yeah. What I'm saying, in our circle, there's no support system.
Find a woman in your circle then. There you
don't.
I feel bad.
We don't have no support system.
Damn, you men are suffering, no. Because me right now, if a man beats me, all I got to do is call the group chats. And that's it. Damn, women.
You know that another abuse. The abuse of taking care of a kid that's not yours.
Oh, yes.
Like, think about that one. The abuse that men go through, no, it's crazy.
Yes.
Taking care of a kid that, hey, I could be me a house. How life? I call me house. What to be trusty who said, I cry with dear. Also, be this kid that. It's like different. This particular kid. That's
a close friend went through it.
Yeah,
I shared it.
Oh yeah, you told me. You said it.
We were waiting for us to get a DNA test. Mind you, the kid is 10. Yeah. He almost went crazy when we found the results.
Yeah.
If I tell you, he lost careers.
Yeah.
Like opportunity because I have a child.
Yeah, over this kid.
He was the type. It's like even though I'm not married to the woman, I want to make sure
the child ends up right.
Hey, he almost went mad.
He would.
I know two men that went through that.
Why wouldn't he though? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he go mad? Like, think about it. Why wouldn't he go mad?
Yeah, I watch him and I'm looking at him like, damn.
When I had my first job, I had when I had my first child, I had a job opportunity in Arizona, right? That was gonna pay me a lot of money. Like, it was like 3 times. I think I said this already. You had shared it, yeah. It was 3 times what I was making at the time. Yeah. And I didn't go because of my wife and my child. I had 1 child at that time.
That's sacrifice.
But think about it. Yeah. Think about it that way.
Damn.
And then all these sacrifices that you find out how it's crazy.
That's
crazy.
not right. Women get away with some. Today, somebody was having a conversation, I think on YouTube show, and he was like, before you even go to court, before they hear your case, a woman has 20%, 25% upper hand even before going to court. Like they're 25%.
You mean 80 or 25?
No. She said before even the case is heard.
Man, I'm telling
she
you.
was given the
but
process.
why do you think?
That's sad.
Why do you think 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women?
It's sad.
Why do you think it is?
Because they allow.
Because they know they are gonna win the system.
That's the problem. They're allowing us to consistently get away with it, so we consistently fool.
Yeah.
No disrespect to my queens. We consistently fool
Yeah.
because they've allowed it. But your men also allow
But they
it.
abuse. That's how they use the system to abuse the men. Cause you know how the system is set up for the woman. Even let's look at the African community. Our This is funny. Let's look at our African community, right? When the moment they got here, everything changes. When they were in Africa, it was not like that.
Yes.
They got here, everything changes.
Yes. That's facts.
So apparently, President, what's his name? RB, is he RB? No. The one that succeeded JFK, what's his name? Lyndon Johnson.
Okay.
LBJ.
LBJ. Okay. Thank you. Say LBJ.
Yeah, LBJ. So when LBJ became president, and he said they try to help, they try to help women, they try to help single parenting. Do you know, as at 1968, it was 10% of single parenting among the black community. 10%, 90% of kids were born
in a two-parent household.
Yes.
Wow.
Now it's 10%.
Are born in a two-parent household.
Yes.
That's sad.
You know what? Because now we end up marrying the system. So now a woman can just decide that I don't want to be with you again.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, I don't want to be with you again. And they go marry the system, and then they use the system to abuse you. They can abuse you. They wouldn't let you see your child. They will take everything that you have. This is abuse. Women know. It's not that they don't know. They know they're abusing the men. But who do you go to tell? You go to the court. The court say, for the woman, you pick a lawyer to even see your own child, to even be able to get access to train your own child. You got to pay money.
It's sad.
So, and they know. You think they don't know all this?
But have you realized, not to make this or culture, the black community is the one that deals with it a lot. Have you paid attention? Yeah. Like my skin color people deal with it.
Because we chose to marry the culture. I mean, we chose to marry the government. System. We marry the government and we decide. So now when you go to all these opportunity centers, they tell you, oh, we can't help you if you are married. What kind of system is that? What kind of system of we cannot help you because you are married?
So many people are lying on
like how can you even tell somebody I cannot help you because you are married?
That's sad. So you're trying to tell me it's better for me to be single so I can get the help that I desire.
Of course. So mentally, there's no respect, there's no importance of a man being in the house.
That's sad.
And that's why we are going on the trajectory that we are going.
That's sick. I'm sorry. Thinking about it.
Right, think about it that way.
Think about it, I'm sick.
And then men are fighting they know. You know the woman that you had a child with. You know this woman don't care. They cannot take care of this kid. You want to take care of this kid. You can provide almost every evidence you have, and they will still not give the child to you.
That's a funny thing that happened to a close friend of mine.
Go ahead.
So I think he was giving taking care of the kid. This was not a deadbeat father, right? This is a person that I know personally. He will go to Sam's Club, right? And buy things. Sam's Club, you buy things in bulk, but he will buy a double just to make sure his kid has everything, right?
Of course.
And even me, I was an adult, help him, but I used to feel jealous. Like, dang, this is the treatment I want for my kids. Right. And I will see him do all of this. I will see him doing so. A friend of ours advised him, keep the receipt. He was like, oh, why? But he was, he felt, I'm taking care of my kid.
Hey,
why
that's my
keep
child.
the receipt?
Why should I keep the receipt?
But, he listened. He was like, okay. So he would just throw it in a box and not care. Apparently, the girl's friends were advising him to take him to child support. Yeah. They feel like, I think he was giving her, I can't remember exactly. I think it's like 5 something every 2 weeks. Yeah, he was an IT guy. I can't remember properly. I think it was 5 something every 2 weeks. And they were like, take him to court. Because you know how child support is taken out of your
Of course, your
paycheck.
paycheck, yeah.
And so he was like, okay, cool.
You're gonna call.
Took it to court. The girl's friend was advising her to put him on child support. They said everything. She didn't listen. Took it to child support. Guess how much she ended up getting every 2 weeks? 142. It's not like nobody said because I did it. They helped him with the paperwork, so I know. $142 from 500 to $142.
The same thing happened to 50 Cent.
What happened?
Yeah, 50 Cent baby mother took 50 Cent to child support. 50 Cent was giving them 20,000.
She thought she could get
20,000 a month. And the woman said they can't live on 20,000.
20 a month?
20,000 a month, and they couldn't live on 20,000. So, and 50 kept telling her that if you take it to court, you're gonna get lesser than that.
Yeah.
And they didn't listen. They went to court. They got 6,000 something.
That kind of crazy. You can't live off 20,000.
Have you heard of the video that his son Marquise came online saying, "What am I gonna do with $6,000?" You've not seen that video?
Entitled. Yeah. I think I saw that 50 posted a video laughing about it.
Yeah.
He did a reaction laughing. He was like, haha, we're going to see. I think I've seen that one. Yeah. Damn.
From 20,000. So the
damn. Yo, wait, 20,000.
The moment that we have a child, right?
Wow.
The moment that we have a child, the court just decide, the government just decide that the child belongs to the woman.
That's sad.
You know? So the women know, and they are using that to abuse the kids. There are so many men that they can't even see their kids. Women know how to hit you hard. Have you heard there are some women too, when they get pissed, they say, that's not your child. They know that's how they're gonna hurt you. Haven't you? So many, they just throw it out. That's not your child anyway.
And women, we need to do better.
Man, I'm telling you, things that women do to men, the type of abuse that women give to men, you have no idea. Wow. And then they think when they are okay, everything should be okay. Now you put a doubt in the man's mind. Now he needs a DNA. Man, I'm telling you.
This is crazy.
There's a lot.
Men are struggling.
Because nobody hears it out. When you say nobody cares, that's the point. So nobody say their problem. We just move on. There's so many men in pain. They have nobody to tell them that I'm in pain, you know. They just have to get up and go. They just do it. Who are you gonna tell? You know, the men go through all this pain and come out, nobody to comfort him.
I'm saying it's justified, but I don't blame when the men abuse them. Sometimes and that's action.
But most of the time, the women that the men hate. That's why back in the day, our mothers would be like, "Oh yeah, the day." Yeah. That's why they used to ask that. Because they know that men normally don't act like that. Men, something might have put the man to act like that. That's why they will ask him, "Oh yeah, the day." They didn't see it. Oh boy. Oh. Not to say it is okay to hate a woman and I say bibisa.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
We also need to do better.
I'm gonna tell you about my cousins. The wife, oh God. Let's say they get into a fight. Time this woman was pregnant, right? This woman was pregnant and still grab a knife so they could.
Jesus.
Pregnant, like 7-8 months pregnant.
For what? What happened? For what reason?
Or say ni baby shower. Ni kuno ni lady be jina holding and one.
That's it.
That's it.
That's madness.
Onim ni panada. Onim who that person is. You know, so
are you no wait because of the conversation?
I'm telling you, one time they were having a what really happened? She had a wedding ring, right? $4,000. They get into argument about until you ring this or to ball babe and $4,500 is gone. Who ring it you?
Damn, my heart skipped.
One time they were having an argument, right? They were having an argument, and through the argument that they were having, and the guy got a chance to escape, right? And she was calling the guy and called the guy, and the guy was not picking. Guess what he did? Se sabe ema dem pabo nyina no de kugu trash. Or the kugu dumps them.
Wait, Obuwa, then you come say men are abusive. I'm so sorry.
She's the one that told me one time when I think she said, how did she even put it? As they were fighting one time, and I said, the way you may think, say, you have stairs in your house. One will push one day, and that'll be it.
That'll be it.
One will be in jail. And I kept saying that. He said, oh, my idiot. Yeah, better solve it, and we'll be fine. My wife is a witness to this. You know, so I'm telling you that.
Why is he there? I'm sorry, that's the question. Because the reason is,
I wish
when women, right,
he would come to answer this.
You know the thing about women, right? If you consistently allow us to do something, guess what we're going to do? We're going to continue doing it. So why are you allowing it?
It's human.
Because me, if you allow me to disrespect you, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to disrespect you because you don't respect yourself.
Of course.
So why is he allowing it? What is it?
I'm telling you. And then he keep saying, oh, because of our crowd, because of our... I said, bro, it's not because of our crowd, it's because of you.
My friend's wife, is she that good?
I'm telling you that the things that that level, at that level of...
Oh, no, if that was my brother, I'm packing his things for him. I'm sorry.
That level of... I'm telling you, that level of disregard.
Hey. Wow.
Crazy. They abuse that man.
Oh, yeah.
Obiante. Me, it took a longer time. It took a longer time for me to do about it. How you go to your mother and tell your mother, how you going to be able to say this? You can't say it. So you are always thinking, oh no, I'm a genocide.
Yeah.
When your blood pressure straight to stroke.
I know somebody that got a heart attack.
Yeah.
He died on the spot, actually.
Yeah, he would die.
Only to find out later that the wife it wasn't physical. It was like financial, like consistent. Oh, you need to go get a job, proper job. My friend's husband is doing this.
This cousin that I'm talking about, you know what happened to him one day? This guy, I don't want to... He was making money. He was making at least 140, 150 a year, right? All of a sudden, the woman wanted him to go to school and become a nurse or something like that.
Nurses don't even make 150 a year.
The woman doesn't care. She doesn't like the type of job that the guy does. Doesn't matter about the money. It's the type of job. I'm
over
telling
it.
you, man. People are going through a lot of abuse, But just that men are built differently. We just accept it and just move on.
No, that's sick.
Yeah, it is.
So if he died, what will happen? Do we think about that fact?
Doesn't care. Doesn't care.
Please get help. Therapy is there. Psychologists are there. I'm sorry.
You have no idea. You sit here and talk about therapy. You have no idea how.
I know because what is he going to tell?
Even professionals will make fun of you, bro. Have you? We've all seen what happened to Rihanna and
Chris Brown.
Nobody talk about the fact that Chris Brown was driving whilst Rihanna was hitting him. Nobody talk about that fact. Everybody talk about the fact that
he hit her back.
A woman beat her. Nobody cares about what happened to Chris Brown. Did you see the face of Bow Wow when the girlfriend situation happened? Girl did the mook. And then he was the one that got arrested. Well, life is not fair. The abuse that men are going through, you have no idea. It's crazy. It's terrible.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm left speechless because that's crazy. If that's my brother, I feel bad. As much as it will be hard to come out, I'll just say it's better to get help. It's like I always. It's better to be safe than sorry, Kumasi.
I believe that
Find
too.
a way, even if it's somebody, because you can't
But
stay
how do you
there and
prevent it though?
die.
How do you prevent this abuse?
You can't prevent a person from being crazy. The woman is psycho. I'm so sorry.
Oh, she is. She is. And I've said it several times.
Anybody, the woman is psycho.
I've said it several times.
In this case, escape. Go as far, because when you escape, what will she do? Come find you.
But that's your wife.
It will be divorce. I will
Legally wife.
I will approve a divorce. I think I know what. I think it was a story that came out. There was a Nigerian guy who actually put a hidden camera in the house. It was in Texas or somewhere like that. Put a hidden camera in the house, because when he said it, of course, people didn't believe it. So when he put a hidden camera, then the judge actually granted him the divorce without the woman. Because the woman was not trying to sign. They granted. It was a Nigerian guy.
Wow.
Personally, find ways. There are ways around it. Get help. Because you can't stay up because nobody will hear you. Mm-hmm. Yes, if you call Jasmine, I'll laugh. Find somebody else.
I mean, they all can cry because at the end of the day, me man say cry, I won't change anything. Everybody else will laugh. So
hey, Kumasi, she's coming to you.
Yeah.
Me, I'll say, look, if you let me laugh, let me and Kumasi laugh. Yeah. But find somebody.
I'm telling you.
Because you can't endure. Because how long you will endure one day. I think there was a short film that this girl, is it Beverly Naya? Yeah, I think her name, no, not Beverly, Regina did. No, it was Beverly Naya that did it. It's a Nigerian actress. And she did a video about it. She was like, today they'll do it, they'll apologize. They'll change for one day. The next day they'll beat you again. They'll apologize. They'll continue to bring you flowers. It was a poetry that she used to do, a short skit. Today they'll beat you, they will apologize, they'll bring you flowers. The next day they'll beat you, they'll take you shopping. The next day they'll beat you, they'll take you to a trip. The next day will come, you will now wake up for that trip.
Yeah.
So I'll prefer you speak up. Let us laugh. But I want you to wake up tomorrow. So if you have to run. If you have to disappear, even if you can't go to a friend.
That's what everybody have said. But, Charlie, it's not working.
I get it that sometimes when you have a kid, it's harder. Because for the love of your kid, but it's better for your kids to see your life than for your kids to see you 6 foot.
Or even in jail.
Or, or behind bars. Visitation behind bars is not cute.
I don't want my child to see me like that.
I'd rather
not
leave.
Want them to visit.
Hey,
now my son seeing me locked up.
Now I feel bad for men. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
I'm so sorry for the pain that we've caused you guys.
My last question would be, how do you prevent abuse, though?
You can never prevent another person's action, but you can only prevent your reaction.
Okay.
I can't prevent you from beating me. All I can, I'll beg, I'll tell you to change. You tell me you change. 2 days later, you'll be back. But how I can prevent it is how I react to you. So guess what? I'm going to leave. I'm going to pack. If I have nobody to, I know so many women who are crippled because they're financially dependent on the men who are abusing them. But find a way. Find a strategy. Other women are doing it, so you can do it. Other women have, I know it's hard. The thing is, it's easy for us to sit here and say, oh, leave. Yes, it could be hard. You could end up homeless, but it's better to be homeless than to be dead. It's better to be homeless than to be 6 feet. Right. So personally, I would say find a way, find a strategy. And my advice to women who are in relationships because of financial, get a job. And I say it with full chest. You cannot, look, I get it that men are supposed to be providers, but you can also do something with your hand.
But by a man that is abusing you at that level, what makes you even think that the man is going to provide?
Thank you. So many women are so comfortable learn a trade. Learn something. I'm not saying go get a 9 to 5. That's not what I'm saying. But the Bible says God will bless the work of your hands. So many pastors have misinterpreted it. Listen, as long as you are doing something, that's when God is going to bless. He's not going to come bless an empty hand. You get what I'm saying? You have to be doing something in order for God to direct and show you what to do next.
Of course.
So personally, yes, I get it that maybe this man is stopping you from working, but learn something. Even if it's selling,
even a man that you should know the man that you're gonna stop your.
Thank you. I
You're
knew
not
a
just
lady.
gonna get up one day and say, I'm not gonna work because my man don't want to work. If the man cannot provide, and if the man is somebody that you cannot trust that he's gonna be there for you, why will you leave your job for that man?
For what reason? I knew a lady. She's here in Columbus. She was being abused. What she did was she started learning to perfect her cooking because she was stuck in an abused marriage, right? But she has to cook for the man. So what she did was she started perfecting her cooking. So the moment she created an escape plan, she started because it was harder for her to get a job because if you've not worked in a while, what do you put on your resume? So she started cooking and selling it to people. At least you can make something from it. Becoming fully dependent on a man who is abusing you is sickening. Do something. I know it's easier said than done, but find a way. Right now, here in America, Columbus alone, there are so many different hotspots where abused women can go to that they'll actually protect you and protect your identity. Literally here in Columbus, Ohio. So find a way. Don't stay all because this is all you have. Because one day you will not wake up.
Of course.
And if you have kids, they need you. Because imagine, my mom used to say something, Metia Symphony. Nameu. That's one thing my mom always used to say. So imagine you being alive, then imagine you dead. Yeah. If it's because of the children, do something. And if you don't have kids and you are stuck there, get help. Like, I will continue to emphasize, it's better for you to be on the street than to be 6 feet. Your life is worth something to someone, so I don't know how you can leave, but plan, strategize, find a way. He will not always be at home. He will leave the house, find a way, and then leave. The men who are being abused.
But what about the women that keep saying they enjoy that?
That one is madness. I know somebody told me that story that women like to be beaten sometimes. Find the fantasy.
A lot of them.
That one there, we can't speak on it because that's who they love.
A lot of them.
That's sick.
That's sick.
I get it that there is is it BDSM? There's difference. That they like to. That one is different. That's a fantasy.
Anyway, let's.
If you want me to slap you for money TV because attention that you have you need help. Even prayers can't save you. No, but I'll say get help. It's hard. It's hard to free yourself. Trust me. I have seen so many women close to me go through that, and I've watched them. Like they found it very hard. I know somebody close to me who cried for years before she officially decided to let go and start working on herself, and she gave a beautiful life to her kids. It's hard. I know it's easier said than done, but please leave now before you die. We will not say, and then men, I get it that we are laughing about it, but I also say leave now before you die. The world needs you. Society needs you. Your kids need you if you have children. We need you alive. Get help from somebody else. Listen, even if nobody will listen, find a way for somebody to hear you. If you have to come up with hidden cameras, do that we need you alive. So I'll just say that, because that's crazy.
With that being said,
I have goosebumps. I'm like shaking for the brothers right now.
I know. With that being said,
bye, guys. Oh, sorry. Today's show was proudly sponsored by Inkwell Printing. For all your printing needs, please reach out to Inkwell Printing. They are located on 1900 East Dublin Granville Road, Columbus, Ohio 43229. Or you can give them a call on 614-888-2201. Believers Attire, Christian themed t-shirt which aims to start conversation and to motivate and affirm our trust in God. If you want one of their shirts, please reach out to 220-465-0822. RG Kids Portrait. They specialize in maternity kits and baby shoots. It comes in with decor. You can find them on Instagram as RG_kids_portrait, or give them a call on 614-254-2151. Don't forget to find us on all your digital platforms. You can find us under Revolt Media. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys
for watching. Always keep watching. When you come on, share, invite people to join the show. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.